what's going on. Let's get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, let's go. I'm hype. Come on. High energy.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. I've totally forgot about this man's voice. God damn it.
Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready.
Who's the judge here? This is the voice that I was, or the, stance that I was talking about in the previous episode.
Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statements, so...
Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Right, of course.
A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
That would be fantastic.
Order. Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now?
Bah. Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now.
Right.
I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand.
It's that mysterious boat shop owner who is Yanni from the previous video. That's right, I remember. Let's go. Wake up. Hello.
Witness, state your profession.
I am the prosecutor of the restaurant, or the proprietor at the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats.
The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep, I was.
Please, testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, no, raise an objection. State your name and profession. Come on. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Ah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes.
Don't do that. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. That's not trivial. It's helpful. It kind of helps with, like, the deposition and transcript for the court. We don't know who this guy is.
The witness will state his name.
Thank you. Well, I'm not really sure.
What do you mean?
My, memory...
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
He can't recall, you say?
Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness?
Yeah, that's me right now, honestly. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang. Okay. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Excuse me. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Okay.
Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination, naturally.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict. Now, what?
Wait. But, Mr. Wright... What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well. You may begin.
Excuse me,
Mr. Von Karma.
3 minutes just passed.
I see.
well, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine... That was so weird. Alright. I don't like this, the vibe that's going on right now. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. 1 second, let me look at all my evidence. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight on the 25th. Okay. Alright. Just after midnight, you say? Just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. See, I don't remember what happened yesterday. I guess that's my fault. See, Bro.
I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did. You see. Continue.
I was in the rush hour, red boat. Is there anyone who could verify that? Polly?
Well, I guess Polly could.
That's not good enough for a court of law.
Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough?
Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot.
A parrot?
Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue.
Then I heard a bang. Bang. And where did the bang seem to come from?
From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Good. Continue.
When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Hold it. Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there.
But you couldn't see them clearly.
At the time, that is.
At the time. Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total. Okay, I keep thinking this is like hiccups. Is he actually saying a yup? I'm slow a little bit. That's what Lotta said in her testimony. Yes, I thought the same thing actually. I was gonna say something, but I wasn't so sure. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window?
Yep. My window, right outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him.
This is rather an important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh my gosh, dude. these, like, tedious witnesses and their testimonies are just, they irk me a little bit. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Hey, okay. Phoenix is smart. Dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him. That Edgeworth...
This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Wow, that's trash. When the hell did you get here? Does contempt of court only matter for, like, one day? I figure it would last the entire trial. Could be wrong.
Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us.
I better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. We're about that action. Yeah, let's go. Hey, Your Honor. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. If you say that picture was flipped, he could have wiped his prints after... You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? No, let's keep firing back. Come on, we're alive out here. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If we were telling a lie, or if he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Shit.
Do we have evidence?
It's no good. There's nothing I can do.
Are you sure?
To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore.
Please. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Come on.
We need your help. Nick needs you.
"3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record."
Enough. The witness may leave the stand.
Yeah, drag him out, please.
This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Oh! Wait, for real? I actually failed? Hold up. Wait. Pending trial at a higher court within a month's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. I actually failed. Okay, Jesus. I was gonna say, like, come on. I got scared again. I was super upset when I failed the previous trial. Okay, good. Oh. I was sinking and then all of a sudden brought me back. It brought me back. Okay, that person said wait. So, huh? What? Yeah! It's the homie Larry too! Oh my gosh. Alright, come on, heating up. Look, Larry!
What are you doing here?
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there, in the park, the night of the murder. But his eyes twitching. Come on, bro. I wasn't sure about it until yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
The gunshot. I heard it too.
Order.
This is heat. This music is fire.
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard the gunshot, a gunshot?
Yeah, I did. A gunshot. That night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick! This is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even... Yeah, he could actually, now you say it.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Fire.
Mr. Von Karma. I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now.
Judge taking order again. Let's get it. Don't get pushed around. It's all you.
What?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Holy shit. Larry. That trial only went on for like 28 minutes. That's hilarious. Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. No, he's not. He's cool. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right. And he found the balloon. He found the balloon in the air tank that night.
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. Okay. I didn't have a reason, really. You know what? His face does kind of give the look of confusion. And not, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I didn't notice that, actually. Huh.
I see.
Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15. Everything's on Larry now. Shit. 10:35? Yeah, that was a 7-minute recess.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right. Leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this up. Please. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Oh, he's shook. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break.
Steve Larry actually looks like my brother.
That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Interesting. Why when he stuttered and said, when he said he found it, why do I feel like he accidentally killed what's-his-face? Maybe? I don't know. I just had a quick thought, but let's keep it going.
That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Alright, come on.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First of all, what time was it? Oh, it was just after 11 when I went out in a boat. But that time everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I, found it. Looking for something? Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for?
What was the witness?
I need some coffee. I didn't have coffee before this shit.
What was the witness? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
So I quietly, the rental shop dock, okay. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around midnight. Yeah.
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Watches. Get one. Then, just as I was going home, I heard bang. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know?
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked. I looked down over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order. Order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay. That's just the most important part of this case. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. So you only heard one bang, correct? Ooh! 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 Quick theory time. What if Lada and that old guy are both saying they heard two because Von Karma told them to say that? No, because Lada has two pictures. Okay, never mind. Let's just keep going. Huh.
Well, Nick?
It's a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions.
Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister.
Holy shit, okay, holy, Okay, real quick, I learned. I'm saving. Okay. Hold on. Nowhere in his testimony does he say anything about midnight. He wasn't told to add that. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Alright. This game's getting a little hard now. Like... But I didn't see a boat, so after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Oh my gosh, I'm not remembering, like, minute details here. I don't know what I'm doing. Because, like, there are things attached to these court record evidence things that are not in, like, the descriptions. You know what I'm saying? There, okay. I even brought that up earlier. I said Lotta heard too. Okay. I'm smart-ish. I'll get there. Just give me like 5 minutes, and I'll figure it out. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot. Are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure. How can you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What?
Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion.
It's a waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Continue? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Very well. Mr. Butts, please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. You little... Alright. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all requests show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says?
Dutch.
What he heard was probably nothing more than a drumbeat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Let's go. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me, DJ?
An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I cannot believe I'm continuing this fucking charade.
It's a waste of my time.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. Where the hell was Kianse? So you turned on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there, alone, on Christmas Eve, alone. I shouldn't have said anything. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to?
This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set to that night?
I was listening to it real booming loud like. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know.
And you had headphones on.
Yep.
I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove that? No. No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too. What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing anything? What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh?
Yeah,
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Okay. He said we've got to press it. I've pressed everything. This radio show, I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ, just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Okay, hold up. God damn it, I didn't mean to skip it all again. Hold on. Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Hold on. Are you sure? Of course I am. She has this real sexy voice. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. See, that line confuses me. I've pressed everything already. See, but I'm not trying to agree with him on anything. I'm trying to contradict. Again? I'm so confused, like it's the same evidence as before. Okay. It doesn't go away, I guess you can use it as many times as you want. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed. And?
Almost Christmas, which means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard those shots. And Lotta has a picture at 11:50. It's confusing when, like, you as the player know something, but the characters don't know what you know. So, like, literally the gameplay is just your job trying to help them figure out what you know. But it's hard to remember who knows what, you know what I'm saying? In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken.
Was my theory correct? What? Was that thunder?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do some voiceover?
Yeah.
The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright? What do you think about Mr. Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
He is right.
Larry is not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Alright.
That was cool. Thank you.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Fire.
Look at this photograph. Now look at me. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. That's right, okay, fire.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Oh, thank you. Phoenix and I are getting on the same level now. Fire. Okay.
Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There's no proof that the loud noise was at 11:50. There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why? The witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear.
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court the evidence.
I can't save. Shit.
Nope. Mr. Wright, is that a smirk I see?
Your Honor, sorry, I wasn't really sure about the evidence. Don't show us evidence you aren't okay. See, the music stopped. I thought I was right. I'll ask you again, can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court the evidence if you have any. Wouldn't it be this? Like... But you want... Oh, okay. Wait. Maybe. This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However... Oh my gosh, it's finally catching up. Thank you. I had the same issue bothering me 2 videos ago. When then was the last shot fired? Only now I realized the truth. It was 15 years ago during the DL6 incident.
You serious?
That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Oh, okay, never mind. I was wrong. It was the same gun though, wasn't it? I thought maybe it was like a poetic thing. Use the same gun. Order.
That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why?
Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes.
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it.
Huh?
Remember the case with the Steel Samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
Of course she remembers. I'm not following. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. Ooh! Misplaced? Kill him in one place and then kill him in another and try and frame it on somebody else? In this case, Edgeworth. I'm confused, but okay. I'm not following.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm Maya right now. Maya.
Yes?
If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch and I'm going to run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Wright.
the testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. So, you finally realized the truth. There could be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Why does that actually look like Von Karma's silhouette? Hold on. There was a gunshot fired on that boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other...
I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes. But this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 00:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. It's not Edgeworth and the murderer. Edgeworth said he woke up on the boat with the gun in front of him. He said he wasn't wet. He didn't look wet. Fudge. Hold on. I'm about to... Can I save? Okay, thank God. Alright, Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. I didn't think that, but okay.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Okay, this is what it meant by, dressing up as somebody else and going to kill... Okay.
I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous. Excuse me.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right. It's... No. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know?
Ah, again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. Oh, wow. Am I, like, an idiot? Am I really supposed to have this figured out by now? I feel like I'm just going with the flow. I thought it was him. I thought Von Karma did it, to be honest. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? Maybe I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Well then, where did the murderer take place?
Where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder took place. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will.
Is this Pac-Man?
That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop.
The boat shop.
I'm tripping.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nick, are you sure about this?
Oh my god, bro. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. Okay, in my head it kind of makes sense, but let's go over it. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. That's a tight picture, not gonna lie. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then, he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Saving. I am saving. I have one health left. Oh, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't say I take damage. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness.
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot she did. Next, the murderer waits a bit and then fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff. Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
I cannot look this far ahead. I don't know who can. Props to anyone that can look at this shit and be like, yes, of course that's what happened.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Fly. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said.
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said that he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry. I can't say what it is.
Your Honor! Sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
Oh, fire!
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Vine Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find the witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
This game is exhausting.
Y'all are always in there for 3 hours, just talking. That is insane.
Yay, Nick! You did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And I didn't die, hello.
And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out.
Sure. Once I sifted through his unique testimony, right. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. Tell me about it.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth. No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder.
Did he kill his father?
Oh my gosh, this is exhausting. I assume that the boat shop caretaker was the third person in the elevator, right? They said, you know, they lacked oxygen and he suffered brain damage. That's why he can't remember anything. But obviously he does. Like, he had beef with Robert Hammond and Edgeworth. Why is he upset? Like, as far as from what I remember from them looking at the DL6 incident, he was just like a courtroom like guard, wasn't he? What does he have to do with the case? I don't know, dude. I don't know where this is going. I mean, Phoenix got it down. He let me know. So Yona, whatever, is the shop caretaker. And he... I don't know. Good lord, I'm going to continue this. The Trilogy, this is the remastered on PC, so I'm finishing up the Uncharted series with Lost Legacy. I'm continuing the Infamous series. Unfortunately, Blood and Truth PSVR game is discontinued because my headset broke or isn't working properly or what have you. And I'm streaming Days Gone and Assassin's Creed 2 over at twitch.tv/GameCuber. So, if you want to see any of that or you like the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and following me over at Twitch. If you watched the whole video to get here, thank you. I appreciate it, and consider leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, share, whatever you'd like. It'd be cool to get some feedback. And thank you for watching.